Believe in yourself.
I remember I really wanted to see Three Ninjas, and my parents did not want to take me to Three Ninjas. They had no interest in it, and they said, "Okay, you know what? Instead of Three Ninjas, we'll take you to Batman Returns." So they were giving me this in order to get out of having to watch Three Ninjas. I think it came out in 92, so I would have been, I guess, 6 years old.
Fuck this guy, Joe. We're done.
I told you it makes you feel old.
Get off my show. I think the important question, though, is did you ever finally get to see Three Ninjas?
I did get to see Three Ninjas, and and at that age, I loved it. Wow. So I loved ninjas as a kid.
Sure.
I was going to do a Chris Columbus as well, but I think Home Alone is his masterpiece. Every shot is fucking flawless. What's this? Home Alone. I also watch this once a year. And I also think that this is a masterpiece. It's a timeless movie. It is impeccably photographed. You know, unlike a lot of movies in this kind of genre, like it's not overshot. Like it is a really well crafted film as well.
But I really do believe that Home Alone is a masterpiece. You know, I mean, I think that if you were gonna choose a Chris Columbus movie that like had a more easier link to my work, which I'm also a massive fan of and watched a ton of times as a kid, you know, it'd be young Sherlock Holmes.
Sure.
But like I had like that and with my family, you know, it's the Albert Finney Scrooge, but I watch Home Alone every single year of my entire life. You know, like it's one of the great Christmas movies, and for like that kind of mainstream movie, like the cinematography and the cinema language is very simple, and it's not overshot, it's not overcovered, it's not over edited. It is classical, and it is you know, like both scary and hilarious and heartwarming and everything that you would want a Christmas movie to be. But I'm gonna, you know, so when I was making so Chris Columbus was the main creative producer of Nosferatu, and I've known Chris since I was in post production of The Witch, and he kind of helped us, he and his daughter Eleanor, with their company Maiden Voyage.
Chris Columbus has been a mentor to me since The Witch. Seems weird, I know it, but he is incredible.
And I gotta say, like working with Chris every single day in prep and every single day in production on Nosferatu was incredible, because I had, you know, one of the masters of Orthodox Hollywood storytelling by my side.
He was such an advocate, and I think it was such a gift to have one of the masters of Orthodox Hollywood storytelling be on set every single day, you know.
And he's not trying to like Chris Columbusify my movie. He's trying, but he's there to help me make the best Robert Eggers movie he possibly can. But, you know, I've been asked, like, what did you learn from making Nosferatu, which is like kind of an impossible question to answer. But what I've been saying is that, you know, Chris really challenged me to like make sure that like I'm telling the story as clearly as possible in my way, you know, and would often like go through the storyboards and be like, where's this beat? Like, where's that beat? You know, like it's in your script and I don't see it in the storyboards. And how can you communicate this visually?
And Chris is combing through the storyboards and he's saying like, where's that beat? Where's this beat? It's in the script. I don't see it in the storyboards. It's not enough for the characters to say it. We have to see it visually. That's what you do. And I think, you know, if I had it my way, Chris would produce all my movies, but he has to like direct movies, unfortunately for me. But I will always have, you know, the voice of Chris Columbus kind of having me like double check everything that I'm planning. Couldn't have had a better, more inspiring collaboration with the producer that I had with Chris Columbus.
So anyway, Home Alone's a great movie. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why especially with Wicked coming out, I
Very topical.
probably don't need to talk about it. Yeah, but I mean, and who it wasn't inspired by the Wizard of Oz. I mean, witches. So Mary Poppins is a good witch, and the Wicked Witch of the West like really affected me. And when I remember so distinctly being in my grandfather's basement and Dorothy's trapped in the castle and looks in the crystal ball, and the witch appears in the crystal ball, and just like being absolutely terrified and covering my eyes and putting my face in the sofa, but her face was still in my mind's eye when I closed my eyes, and I just could not escape the terror of Margaret Hamilton, and perhaps yet another movie that caused the witch to be made. But I think, but I think that there's a relentlessness about the good villains, like the Terminator. They take their time, and you can't escape them. And that I find like so threatening. And that was, I think, what was particularly scary about the fact that even when I closed my eyes, I could still see her, is that it's just like there is no escape,
Player in the 45, I'm with the needle on the record, and I get the crazy ride.